What's up, guys, and welcome back to the BBTFRG channel with me, Martin, aka Ballistic Bull. It's Saturday, it's 2 p.m. here in the UK, means it's 4 p.m. in Helsinki, which means it is sneak peeks time for next season's Warships. Yep, that's right, folks, we've reached that time in the week again when I can reveal to you what next season has got in store. So, without further ado, let's get into that. So as you can see there, next season is season 61. I know that looks like 67, but I can assure you it is a 1. I think it's just where the writing's been bent to form that little badge. After the Storm, this season's called. So what does that mean exactly? Well, this is the message that you will get when you open up Warships. As you can see there, I'm obscure, so I might as well take that away. There you go. Hello, and with the start of the seasonal campaigns, I was rather busy, so I let my staff handle the tech allocation for this month. I have no idea what they did. Maybe we can sort this mess out together, is the message from the Admiral. Sounds a little ominous, doesn't it? But let's take a look at what that actually means. Very quickly before I start, I should just mention that this is the dev account. It's an account that's lent to us by Supercell for the recording of things like this sneak peeks. It's on a completely separate server. It's nothing to do with the main game. That's why I've already got 3,000 odd keys. I've got the same with tokens and diamonds there. So yeah, that's what it is. Nothing wrong with it. Right. Okay. Moving on. So shall we start by getting into the tech tree and seeing exactly what the Admiral meant there. So here we are. Start the tech tree. Obviously gunboat landing craft there at the start. Your opening tech, shock mines, is the machine guns, the mortars, and the Zukas. And then you've got obviously the rifles up there for 18 keys and shock bombs down the bottom for 22 before we move into heavies. And with brick just over there, we could probably expect to see heavy rush early doors. That said, we've got sniper towers down the bottom and a multi-node up the top there. As you can see on that multi-node, there's a little hammer. And that denotes that that multi-node is it's a standard weapons multi-node, standard defenses multi-node. You'll notice on this multi-node, for example, there's a little character there, and that denotes that that is a troop boost node. But we'll get into the rest of those as we progress through the tree. So these unlock something nice for yourself there. So we'll take the mortars. That sets us up then to open up a 3ER. Then do this bit. Okay, I'm going to try and do this in a one-hit wonder today because I'm a little bit pushed for time. So up the top there, troop damage 22, and obviously that leads on to brick there at 42, but we're going to take the main path. So we're going to pick up cannons. We're going to open green mines there as well. That leaves the tanks to the left or pushing on the main path. We've got medics, and at this point you've got a choice. We can either go directly to 4, or we take the slightly more scenic route. So that's what we do for the dev build, so you can see what's available. There you've got the heavy Zukas and riflemen as your troop boost node to boost them up one more level. Cryos. And then that one there is a proto. So as you can see, the little weapon there next to the multi-node icon denotes that that is a proto. So we'll pick the Doom Cannon up. There's flamethrowers there and flare down the bottom. I would imagine most people would just come medics through the medics to the flare, up into the flamethrowers before pushing on to 4ER. Jump over there. Jump back over here. So 4ER, what have we got? We've got a direct path there, straight to 5, through another proto, as you can see, as denoted by that icon there. And then that takes you to 5. Or, as you can see, we can go up to Hidden Warriors. Now, we've not seen these chaps for quite some time, but they're up there. And we've got medkits for 26, Grenadiers for 30, and they lead to Sparky there also. Down the bottom, however, We've got rocket choppers for 40 keys, which will give you the choice then of going right to DBD and shock launchers there at 34, or turning left for, yes, that is right, folks, that is Seekers at 4ER. Bit of a shock, they normally come further up the tree, but yep, there they are, Seekers at 4ER. This one here with the little hammer, that denotes that it's a multi-node again. So if you click into that, we can see that there's 7 shock mines available there. So with those 7 shock mines, plus the 10 at the beginning, 17 shock mines, maybe Seekers aren't so attractive after all. I'll let you decide. So then we push on into 5ER, where we find the critter launcher. Now, critter launcher leads to Dr. Kavan, who is hiding the building health there. That's the first building health on the tree that you've got. So he's tucked up there. And then we've got the boom mines. We've got the laser rangers down the bottom for 30 keys. And we've got boom cannons there at 34. Multi-node there, as denoted by the hammer. 1 boom cannon, 1 critter launcher, or 3 machine guns. I'd imagine most people will take the 4th critter launcher at this point, and mechs up the top 2, should you be that way inclined. Moving on from there, then obviously the bottom path, the direct path, we've got the troop health. Middle path is the GBE statue. The GBE statue, or the GBE boost. And that is the only one on the tree this year. I'll break that news to you now. That's the only GBE node on the tree this season. That, in turn, is protecting barrage, which leads us to the mine multi-node, 15 green or 5 red, or another 5 shock. So with the 10 that you get at the start there, plus the 7 on the node next to the Seekers, and those 5, that gives us a total of 22 shock mines on deck, as well as the 2 shock launchers. That in turn leads us to 6ER, and this is where things start getting a little bit complicated, a bit messy. So let's open 6ER, and I'll show you what I mean. Right, so from 6ER, wherever it is, you'll notice we got an ER up here as well. Well, what can that be? That's 7. That can only be 7ER. So 6ER follows to the end of the path. It follows right to the end of the tree before we double back on ourselves through this node into 7ER. Weird, huh? But, different. And that's what we like. So straight after 6ER, for 34 keys, we've got our first troop statue boost. With troop damage there, troop health, and building health, that's for 34 keys. Then we've got smoke at 32 before another proto, where we find the only sky shield on the tree this season. And then we got remote defib for 34. Now, all of a sudden, getting Kavan may seem, wherever he is, getting Kavan down here may seem like a little bit of a key vacuum now, since we picked remote defib up as a special gunboat ability. But obviously he's hiding the building health, so we're all going to be getting him anyway. So we've got double defib, which in turn is protecting the Scorchers, 36, and then the final building health for 34. Bullet right up the end, along with the critters for 42 and 32 respectively. Here we have another troop boost node. Now this one is the Laser Rangers, the Hidden Warriors, or the Scorchers. Pick your poison and boost one of those. We can come down to this node, which is the negative node, the penalty node. But as you can see this season, it's only going to take 10%, only taking 10% off of either building damage, building health, or gunboat energy. So that's the only negative node as well, I'm pleased to report. Bombardiers there for 36, or troop damage for 36 also. The rocket launchers for 40 in the middle, and that takes us to the second of the statue boost nodes, where you've got building damage, building health, or troop health for 30% each. That's 36 keys, so we'll open that, which leads us to the 7 ERs. And we'll wait for that to go through that process. Back up here, 7 ER. So, as denoted by the little characters, they're either side of 7 ER. They're both the troop boost node. Now, obviously, as you can see, with this one, you've got the grenadiers, the bombardiers, or the heavy choppers. And on this one, you've got the seekers, the cryoneers, or the tanks, which is kind of interesting. So to get past the seeker, cryoneers, and tanks, both the cryoneers and the tanks, cryoneers up there, and the tanks, a bit of vacuum nodes, which kind of gives you another bonus to opening seekers. But more than likely, this is the way that you're going to come through grenadiers. But you probably won't open the grenadiers because they're off path, which means you're going to have to go to the bombardiers before you can even think about getting the boost to the heavy choppers. Heavy choppers, they're at 40. They are protecting another statue boost node. This time it's 40% of 40% boosts on troop damage, on building damage, or on building health. So that's 40% on that. That leads up to another DBD node there for 32. Final proto node, which is the damage amp, the flighty, or the grappler, before the final node here of artillery for 32 keys, which obviously looks a little bit deceptive because obviously you see the artillery there, you see the barrage pretty close together there, and no, they couldn't be much further apart. Say barrage down here in 5, and artillery being the last key that you open this season. So that is the tree for this season. I'm just going to go back to the beginning and kind of just scroll through it slowly now, just so you guys can take your screenshots if you wish. That's the next section of the tree. And we stop there. You get another screen grab. Finally, just there will give you your 4th screen grab, and that will make up the tree. So where do we go now? Chest reward values? Yeah, why not? So over to the chest reward values. This season, like all other seasons really, we've got wood at 15 keys and 260,000 tokens, stone at 16 keys, 290,000 tokens, iron 18 keys, 325,000 tokens, gold at 20 keys, 360,000 tokens, diamond 22, 400,000, and legendary at 25 and 450,000 tokens. That's that. So moving on now, we'll take a quick look at the statue boosts for this season. There we've got a load of stuff in the background that we don't really want. I'm not sure why that's happened. Shouldn't have done. Statue background. I'm sure we can cope with that. So troop damage 100%, troop health 100%, defensive building damage 100%, building health 100%. And as I mentioned when we were going through the tree, only 50% on gunboat energy this time round. But with statue boost node 1, we can add 30% to either troop damage, troop health, or building health. With statue boost number 2, we can add 30% to either troop health, building damage, or building health. And then with that final boost node there, boost node 3, we can add 40% to the troop damage, or to the building damage, or to the building health. Finally, just to remind you, the negative node there, which is minus 10% on either the building damage, the building health, or the gunboat energy. If we just very quickly clear that lot down. And finally, I guess we can take a look at the decks. So, as you might see when we opened up, that's 2ER. That's what 2ER looks like, 2 ramps. That little choke point looking very familiar. I think we've had this a couple of seasons ago, if memory serves me correctly. Moving on to 3ER. Same ramps, just a slightly bit more deck there. Sure we had this one a couple of seasons ago as well. 4ER, we lose the front ramp, but we gain an extra ramp on the left-hand side and a little nook opening up there kind of towards the centre of the deck. 5ER, same ramp, opens a bit more up over the back. 6ER, both ramps open again at this point, and we've got that bit that stretches right up into the top left-hand corner. And finally, 7ER, so still quite a gappy deck. You see the 2 ramps open there. Quite a gappy deck this season. And that just about covers everything that you guys need to know, I think. So, yeah, there we have it. That is this season's Warships, short and sweet. I will catch you on the seas on Monday. Another busy schedule ahead of me for this month, but I'll see you out there. Good luck for this season, and we'll catch you all soon. Take care, guys. Peace.